Good evening, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to Marvel Midnight Suns for live stream number 2, as we continue to decide what we think of this. Good evening, I hope you're all well. I hope your week is going exactly as you want it to. We're back this evening for 2 hours as we look to continue on our journey with Marvel Midnight Suns. We started this yesterday evening. It's been a long time coming. I've waited a very long time to play this, and waited a very long time to stream it for you guys. Because of Ragnarok and other than being ill and all that stuff got in the way, it's had to be delayed. But we are here. We started this last night. It's a little bit of a slow start, to be fair. A little bit of a tutorial to start with, learn how things go. But it's definitely it's up in the ante. As we're coming to an end last night, we're still finishing off bits of tutorial, learning how certain things work. But it is definitely up in the ante, which is really good. Thank you to all those that's joined us this morning for Ragnarok, and for those that have looked at the community post that I posted this afternoon. So basically in the Ragnarok stream this morning, I was talking about we've got just over a week and a bit until Hogwarts Legacy comes out. And my concern is I want to give this game an undivided attention as much as we can until then. Because once Hogwarts Legacy releases, or we get it pre-release, I think, which is 3 days early, I want to be able to hit it hard. I want to be, focused 100%. And because of how things have gone, we've not been able to give as much time as I would have liked to Marvel Midnight Suns. But we've finished the story in Ragnarok, and my thinking was, since the story's done, we've done a lot of the exploration kind of stuff, but there's nitty-gritty things. If we want to clear 100%, we still need to do God of War 4 100%. We need to go back and do bits and pieces there. And again, that's all nitty-gritty work, walking around trying to find things, which takes time. But I think our morning streams, where we have 3.5 hours, could be spent better. And by that I mean, I think Midnight Suns deserves that attention and deserves that time. So this is why we're going to change things around. So tonight, 2 hours, Midnight Suns. Tomorrow morning, there is a picture in the community post to state what's going to happen. But tomorrow morning, instead of Ragnarok, we're going to move to Marvel Midnight Suns. And again on Friday. There is no live stream tomorrow evening. Me thinking I could do 5 evenings in a row. Probably pushing it a little bit too much. But we've got Ragnarok again Friday evening, The Witcher Saturday evening as always. And then next week we're focusing 100% on Marvel Midnight Suns in the morning. Evening streams will be Ragnarok and probably combined with God of War 4 because we still want to get both done. Let me just check the sounds okay. I just clicked off the stream thinking, done it all? I haven't. Bear with me a second. All good. Thanks for the like, that was much appreciated. So yeah, that's the plan. We're going to swap it around for the rest of this week, mainly because the story's done, and I don't think it's a great use of our time to spend 3.5 hours finding a few collectibles when we could really be getting to grips with this. Whether we'll get this done before Hogwarts Legacy releases, I don't know. If we don't, then it will go to evenings. Hogwarts Legacy becomes main game. We've been waiting for Hogwarts Legacy for quite a while. We know it's coming. It's been delayed a few times. Pre-ordered it on the basis we'll get it 3 days early, so I'm not going to then say we'll hang on while we finish Midnight Suns, because that's not going to happen. So because of that, we will do what we got to do. Okay, manual save. We're on day 2 according to this. That's our manual save. So let's crack on. We left this yesterday evening in the garden, I believe. We were just showing how we could combine in the forge 2 cards to create a stronger card. And then we did, I think the combining was here, in fact. And now we're meant to see Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, and she's going to teach us something else that we don't know. We haven't got a big team just as of yet. We want several people to talk to, though. You can see all different people. Charlie is our dog. Blade is here. We can speak to him again if we want to. They've all got little bubbles if you can speak to them. And I think, from what I've grasped so far, these are arcane quests that we can't pick up just yet. From what I can grasp so far, we need to be constantly talking to everyone, because there'll be different things we could do with them that will increase our friendship level. We go to heroes. So if we go to Blade, I don't know why I said Bane, it's DC. Our friendship level is 415 to get to level 1. So it takes a while to get the friendship level up there, but I'm hoping when we do, that chemistry in battles will make a big difference. I'm hoping. Which we'll find out, shall we? But we are currently level 2 as a hunter. Team friendship level is 0, which I think is an issue, personally. We haven't really gained anything. We haven't done much, bar a tutorial mission and fighting Venom. Now, if you've never seen Venom in Marvel Midnight Suns, go to yesterday's stream. We fought Venom, and it was an incredible fight, a tough fight. We managed to pull through in the end, and yeah, pretty impressed to see Venom so early on. But enough of me talking. Let's get into this. So Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. Let's see what she has to tell us.
Like the way you move out there, Hunter. Guess Dr. Strange picked the right supernatural demon hunter to resurrect. I'm Carol Danvers, but you can call me Captain Marvel. Kidding. Carol's fine. Just thought I'd throw a bone to the Avengers PR team. Not gonna lie, going a few rounds in Vampire Guy's Magic Thunderdome sounds like fun, but we've got bigger fish to fry. Well, not so much fish as that ginormous invulnerable sewer monster that swallowed the Sanctum.
Okay, so yesterday's stream we had Wanda, Scarlet Witch, inside the Sanctum, trying to keep the runes active to stop anyone getting in, and it was swallowed. And now we've got to find a way inside. Well, that's what Carol Danvers is talking about. There has to be a way inside.
Every lock has its key.
True, if only a man-eating alien demon monster hadn't eaten ours.
So it depends what how you talk to people will depend on how much friendship you gain, I think.
Caretaker and the rest of the funky bunch can try and magic their way through that shield all they want. If my time as a pilot taught me one thing, it's that sometimes you've got to find a workaround. As in Hydra, they've got to know the way inside. Steve's always said they aren't much for talking. But then again,
now I think there's going to be a lot of talking involved in this, which isn't a bad thing because there's a lot of story to take in. I'm told I can be rather persuasive. Exactly how persuasive?
Just how far are you willing to go, Captain?
Let's just say that I'm willing to unleash the power of a quantum singularity white hole on them if need be.
Quantum what?
She's willing to torture them, basically.
Find me in the war room when you're finished here. There's a few things we should discuss. Oh, and Hunter? Welcome back from the dead.
So, yeah, if you haven't followed the story so far, we were dead. So we've got to find her in the war room. Now, there are little wisps you can pick up around the place as well. We've picked up a few as we've been walking around. This is obviously training out here. I don't know if we can talk to everyone all the time, no.
Pound some steel. Gonna glue my lats 3 times as big.
So you can't have proper conversations with everyone. There's something glowing over there. Always got to keep a lookout for something glowing. This is an arcane chest which we can't open because we don't have an arcane key. I'm not sure how we get an arcane key, to be fair. Right, we can speak to Blade again, which I think we'll do before we go back to Carol Danvers.
Sam.
Oh, okay. It's just because it was still above his head, I thought we could still talk to him.
Sure.
But obviously not. And obviously we can't do any interactions training-wise because we've got no abilities to upgrade.
Later.
It was only because it still had the talk thing above his head. It's gone now. So, I think that is everyone we can speak to. So we'll head to the war room to speak to Danvers.
Nothing is certain these days, but these readings are too distinct to ignore. The gamma signature is...
Sorry, Bruce, we lost you. Did you say gamma?
Yes,
Hang on a second.
Bruce might be in a bit of trouble, what sounds
Tony. You managed to stream the Super Bowl to a Kree battleship 50 light years out. This should be easy.
Oh, we waited all year for that game, and you know the Skrulls would have spoiled it for us if they got the chance.
Well, can't you just... I don't know.
Work my magic again? See, that's the problem. This time I am working with actual magic, and let me tell you, it sucks.
Tony isn't a fan of magic. That's one thing I've picked up very quickly. Thanks for the mic, much appreciated, that was. Right, let's see what's happening here.
The signature is completely inverted. The daughter nuclei are being reabsorbed into the parent nuclei, which is impossible.
If the gamma signature from the Sanctum is really that unique, Bruce, then couldn't we just...
Sorry, still working out a few gremlins in the system.
Try sunlight, and whatever you do, avoid water.
Oh, wait, you're being serious?
The old kicking it'll work.
We should be able to track this new gamma signature to its source then, right? I'd do it myself, but we seem to be having a little IT trouble today.
Please. Old Central here is ready to grind through that data like chum.
What exactly is a central?
CENTRAL. Cognitive Encryption Net Transmogrification. We'll figure it out later.
Sending coordinates now. Hope your gremlins enjoy gamma spectroscopy.
Well, he's been a little moody lately, ever since, you know, the problem with the big old green guy.
I heard that.
Banner can't turn into the Hulk? Not sure if we should be frightened or relieved.
That makes two of us.
Oh, hey. Come on. Happens to everyone. Well, okay, not everyone.
Nice work, Bruce.
I know
We have a
that
location.
place. Creepy abandoned warehouse in the bad guy part of town.
My favorite kind. Anybody up for paying it a visit?
Looks like we're heading back into the field.
Aw, see that? Teamwork goosebumps.
There's a bit of comedy in this, which is quite nice as well. The way they talk to each other
Find me when you're ready.
is quite intriguing.
Multi-million-dollar piece of experimental technology, and she kicks it.
Okay, we need to go to the mirror table and select mission.
The two of us on the mean streets of New York? Evildoers beware.
So, I don't know if there's anyone else to talk to first. Have a quick look on the map. There's nothing above their heads to say we can talk to them, so I'm assuming we can't. So we might as well head straight out. I think we've spoke to everyone we possibly can speak to. So, mirror table it is. And we select our mission, which is the first one we can do. Faustian Bargain is our story mission.
It was just recently that the Hudson Yards Development Restoration Association purchased this entire block. I'll let you think about that one for a minute.
The heroes have identified an abandoned warehouse where Hydra may be operating Blade, and the Hunter join Captain Marvel to investigate. So it's ourselves, Captain Marvel, and Blade heading into the field. Let's see what we find inside. So this is the team. We can't swap anyone out, I don't think. There's nothing we can do. We can edit heroes, but I don't think there's nothing we can really do, to be fair. We have upgraded one of our cards, but yeah, there's nothing we can change. Customization wise, combat outfit, everything's locked for obvious reasons. We can put eyeliner and eyeshadow on if we want to, but I wouldn't say I want to. So yeah, there's not much we can do. There's no point changing his appearance. I'm not into all that cosmetic stuff. Let's head out with Blade and Captain Marvel. That's a fearsome team. Enter the portal to Limbo. Do I need to speak to them first? No, they're coming with us. Fine. There's Magique to open the portal for us. Thank you, Magique.
Don't worry, this is a different portal to a different location.
In our X-Men gear.
Gamma signatures and unstable isotopes aren't really in my wheelhouse, so we'll be patching Dr. Banner through from Avengers Tower once you reach the other side.
Okay.
Not bad for our first team up.
Banner's going to be in the air.
Feels like cheating with you two on our side.
Blade feels like it's cheating. Let's see what we find here, shall we? Combat so far has been really good. There's a lot of tactics behind it, but I like that.
Probably can scratch abandoned off the description of this place.
There's a big green glow.
You seeing this, Bruce? Getting all sorts of weird down there.
Johann Fenhoff. That hack. I heard he was dead. Well, hoped is perhaps a more accurate description.
Calls himself Faustus now.
Dr. Foster's smartest fanatic in the room. It's a small room.
Hydra's
As I say, there's a bit of
resident
humour
mad
here.
scientist.
Not just Hydras. Liliths. That's magic coming from those crates. I can feel it.
Yeah? How about gamma radiation? You feeling that too? Because that's some pretty evil-looking Hydra tech down there.
Gamma and magic.
And it's activated.
Gonna need you to use your science brain on this one, Bruce.
We need to approach this situation carefully. Combining those energies is an explosive proposition at best. Think scalpel, not hammer. Stealth, not strength.
Yeah, I don't do stealth.
Yeah, picking up the top of the building and throwing it away. Definitely not stealth, is it? Okay, Hydra agents to take out. See how we do. Defeat all enemies to complete the encounter.
I always considered Faustus a bit of a crackpot, but his fundamental science must
Okay.
be sound. The device would have
There's
surely
a few things you
exploded
can push
otherwise
people
after your
into.
display, Carol.
Learned it by watching you, Bruce.
We can next 2 damage apply bleed. There's a knockback attack. It doesn't do damage, but it does knock back. So we could potentially move the hunter to here and push him into there. I'm going to see what we can do. So that's going to give us the most bang for a buck, really. Do the most damage. We can also heal, which is quite kind of pointless, to be fair. It's always working out where your best plays are and trying to make sure we utilise them as best as possible. So these 3 are attacking Blade. In fact, 6 of them are attacking Blade. 1 is attacking Captain Marvel, and no one is attacking us, the Hunter. So, I wonder if we could use the Hunter to knock back this guy into there. Is my thinking. Immune to bleed. We can detonate that actually. That forms action. No, we've got to be within that circle, I think. I wonder if we could knock him into it. Or we could knock one of this guy. We can throw this at this guy, to be fair. Might just do that first. If we change the blade, because it's the closest. Oh, can I not pick it up yet? Okay, fair enough. I think we do this so we apply bleed. I think that's a good one to start with. Always like to give Blade the extra power. And now his next attack will do bleed. He's also gained another move now, which we didn't have before for Captain Marvel. Okay, we can chain 2 people to this move. So it might be a case we move first. So we chain this better. We go to him, to there, and to there. That kills 2 of them in 1. Hydra Commandos both down.
Watch me.
We've got 1 more play after this turn. I'm still not a fan of the KO. The KO bit kind of bugged me, to be fair. Right, I can pick this up. We can use Blade Steel to throw this at the enemy.
Here it comes.
That'll do a bit of damage, won't it? Okay, we've got 1 card play left to go. We can still move as well, to be fair. We could detonate this and kill 2 people in 1. Let's do that. Don't actually need to do anything bar detonate it. So that's 2 down. We can knock back to the slash. Or Danvers, can't use her heroism just yet. We need another heroism yet for hers. So it's either a quick strike by Blade, or we can do our knockback. You know what? I think we do Blade's attack on this guy.
Get some.
Okay, I think that's everything we can do at the minute. Leveled up for Blade.
Strong today.
It's pretty good. We can actually make this explode and take him out as well. Let's do that with Blade.
You asked for it.
That's him out there. Okay, we can still move. That's the thing. I think we'd make that explode. Take him out as well. We're always going to be aware of their finishing position whenever we move. That's the only thing. I think we're out of things to do now. I think we're good though. Only 2 enemies left. Let's end our turn. We knew he was going to attack Blade. We knew that was coming. And this is going for Danvers. She can take a punch, to be fair. Reinforcements now coming. So we took quite a lot out in the first turn, which is good, but a lot of the explosive elements are now gone. So quickly assessing time weapons. So we can access.
I've never been one to buy into the science of magic.
Tactics mode. I've not seen tactics mode before.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio.
You know you're talking to a vampire, an alien hybrid, and a resurrected demon hunter, right?
Okay. We haven't got a massive amount we can do. The photon beam needs more heroism. We can do a knockback with Slash. Captain Marvel's the one that's going to take a bit of a pounding if we're not careful here. Now potentially I could move in between these two and do a knockback into those two there, is my thinking. If we just move to there, and then we do our Slash, we'll take one of them out in doing so. I could have done all three, to be fair. Let's do that. Didn't actually do the one I wanted to. I was aiming for the one there, but we missed him, annoyingly. We have got a quick slash, though. I won't take him out, annoyingly. That will take him out fully. Let's do that one. We've still got one attack left. Level up as well for the hunter for us. That's pretty good. Now we can do Fists of Radiance as well now. I think would be the one to do. It will take him out of the equation, so let's do that. I think he's the most heavily armoured one, or the other guy's pretty strong. But at least he'll take this guy out. I don't want him to hit our guy, that's the thing we'll be aware of, so he's going to go over there.
I'm on it.
I think we've still got an attack left.
You should have known better.
We have, but we haven't got any moves, although we can redraw, so let's have a look at this. Let's redraw heal. What do we got instead? Quick strike by Blade. That's not bad. We've got one card play. I'm going to take away her proton beam and see what we get for that one as well. Okay, the heal doesn't help us, but I was hoping we may get something. Well, we'll do some damage. We won't be able to take him fully out by the looks of things. Yeah, not a brilliant attack. There's nothing really we can do from there. There's nothing else we can make explode or utilise, I don't think, really. We changed to Hunter. Yeah, there's nothing we can really do. So end of turn. There's only one of them left.
Barely a scratch.
And more reinforcements incoming. So far so good. I think we're doing okay. Only 3 of them now coming in.
Is it possible he somehow stabilized the rate of decay within the particles themselves? How else could he be achieving such a high yield?
I don't know, Bruce. I'll be sure to ask him when we're done punching out the bad guys.
Okay, we need heroism ×3 for lifesteal for Blade. We have got our whip. We have got make and bleed. We haven't got a massive amount of moves, annoyingly. That's the thing. Fist of Radiance would gain us something. I'm just trying to see where we could utilise this knockback. We could take 2 out in 1 here. Let's do that. With our whip. That's a really good move. That's taking 2 out in 1 go there.
Even for Hydra.
That was extremely useful in the end. Now I haven't got a move to use. Obviously make and bleed. If we got close enough to this we could throw it. I think we're in the wrong position currently. Let's go Captain Marvel. Do we do? Actually no, let's do Blade. Because where I'm looking at positioning and where we could be. We can move to here. May have to redraw cards yet. Can we throw this now? No. Okay. Let's do make and bleed. We'll draw a card and hopefully it's a Blade attack.
Should get the blood pumping.
No, not enough heroism. How bad's that? We have got Fists of Vengeance though. Blade can now do this though. If we throw this at him, that takes him out. Job done. Got to use your surroundings to your advantage, and that's what we did there, I think. Took a few hits, but you're always going to take a few hits, aren't you? It's never going to be 100%.
Now! Quickly! Let's go, go, go!
The perfect opportunity to field test Mother's device.
Okay, this doesn't sound good. Is it targeting us?
Watch out!
That's a lot. She's just absorbed.
Get her!
I think I've powered her up though. Okay, fight time. Recover artifact. Recover the artifact from the truck. Retrieve the mysterious artifact from the truck. Break the Hydra shield guard's protection to access the truck. And recover the artifact. Secure the artifact.
For the record, Bruce, I did not smash that thing.
Noted,
Okay.
Carol. Perhaps you might direct all that energy towards your newfound adversaries instead. And the mysterious cargo they're attempting to escape with?
So any objective that is protected cannot be completed. Reduce the Hydra shield guard's block to 0 in order to break protection. Okay, and everyone has the health they had at the top floor as well. So we know what we need to do. We've got to take his block down to 0. It's currently 30. He's immune to knockback and forced movement. Okay, that will go once he's got 0 left. Okay. Carol looks like she is... Well, she's got block herself, to be fair. She's currently powered up. Okay, what have we got we can use? And one step ahead, let's utilise her when we can here then.
Let's do it.
At least I'll draw some of her cards in. As soon as we get new characters and some friendship levels, I think we'll be able to do a lot more combinations. At the minute we're kind of stuck at what we can and can't do. Okay. Knee strike. Absorbs incoming damage. Target this unit. Gain block equal to damage dealt. I'm just wondering whether we just get her to target him fully. He's targeting the hunter next, but I'm just thinking maybe we use her. I don't think that knockback is going to help us. So let's utilise her and just focus on taking this guy's block down.
Not a problem.
That's 11 of his block gone already. Captain Marvel can now go binary. Playing 3 Captain Marvel cards will draw the go binary ability. In a binary state, Captain Marvel will do significantly more damage. She'll lose a binary state once all of her block has been removed. Nice. Okay. We could lifesteal with Blade here. I'm just trying to think. So there's definitely a knockback situation going on between these two, isn't there? We can utilise, I think. This can also be exploded and take 2 potentially out. So let's detonate this.
Is that all?
Oh, I didn't want to move it, to be fair. I should have changed character. I didn't look at that who was going to move, but she did. I wanted Blade ideally to move. That was my mistake really there. I should have looked at who was where. I could throw this. I want to move Blade from where he is, that's the thing.
Don't blink.
There we go. Utilise what's around us. Okay, we've got 1 card play left, and it's Hunter time. This will knock back. What I'm thinking is we want it on this guy into this guy and take both guys out in one. Nice double KO, that's what we're after. Can't say I'm too happy with the KO part, but it is what it is. Right, we're not allowed to do any more moves now. We can vault over this and do damage though. I didn't know we could do that over those. That's quite a cool move. Can we vault over this one as well? Don't think he's in that. He is in that angle. Okay. If we can keep using... We're not using cards for this combat, we're just using what we can. using the environment as much as possible, and that works perfectly there. We have got no card attacks left, that's why I'm trying to utilise whatever we can around us, but I think we've utilised everything we can. I'm assuming I can make that drop, but I need people underneath it. Okay, I think we're done for our turn, because if we're this side, we probably could have used that. I don't think there's anything else we can do, other than detonating this. But I don't think it's not going to allow us from here, because I think it's where they're stood makes a difference, line of sight and everything else like that. Yeah, so none of them can activate that. Okay, that's the end of our turn then. Let's see what happens. We know we're going to take a bit of damage, but that's absolutely fine.
Lilith would be embarrassed by your weakness.
Little woozy.
Okay, we lost. Oh, it's Days Captain Marvel. As in, that's the first time we've had Days applied to any of our characters, so that's a new one, and now it's protected. Is that a new protection or the same? A hero is dazed and able to act. The other heroes must take a number of actions before the dazed effect wears off. Explain the... Okay. So we need to check our health bar and see how dazed she is.
High levels of gamma and various unknown energies.
Unknown to you.
Two attacks before she is no longer...
You must not let Hydra escape with it.
No longer dazed. Right, we can actually drop this down. Blade can't do it from where he's at. It's the angle we stood at, I think, is the issue. What about the Hunter? Can we knock this down? No. Okay. This guy hasn't got much health, so we need to try and do something to him if we can. We can throw the box. We have got Whip, that costs us 0 heroism. Forceful knockback, discard a random card. Kind of want to do knockback for this guy. My thinking into this guy. Yeah, I think that's a good move. And we need 2 actions before Carol Danvers is back.
Is that truly your best?
Okay. We're kind of struggling a little bit for what we can do. Yes, we can move, but I don't think there's much we can do. I can't activate that, annoyingly, which would take down 2. Blade needs to do something, but we've got no action cards for him. Let's do a redraw on 1 step ahead. We need something decent here. Healing doesn't help us at this point. Let's take lifesteal away. Struggling to get any decent attacks. Right, we've got one there though. Blade has got an attack we can do. It's a chain 2 though, which means it's these 2 annoyingly. Or do we do it to this guy? And then to this guy's a secondary target. I think that's a good shout. We'll take some block away from the artifact as well. Let's do this. And we have still got an attack by Carol on the cards because she's now not dazed. Although we haven't got any heroism to utilise, unfortunately. So although Carol is able to move, we can't do much with her, to be fair. I don't think... In fact, we may be able to. Let's move her out the way. Can she throw this? This guy? Yes.
It's about time.
If at all, if you've got no power to use what's around you. Works perfectly. Now, I wanted to drop this, but obviously we can't. I don't think anyone's able to, annoyingly. And it would take him out in 1. I've got no redraws left. We can also move. I don't know if where we are is affecting anything, to be fair. This guy, we can heal, but I don't think it's worth it. No one really needs to heal. I think we might as well hold off. I think we're done for the turn.
Hydra's in control of the situation.
Okay, Blade.
Can't do much here.
Now Blade is dazed. I was expecting something to happen like that. And more reinforcements.
We're still not ready to give up?
Okay. We're struggling to get the cards we need to break through at this protection. That's the downside, although...
To be crystal clear, we won't be able to recreate Faustus's experiment or track potential future variants gamma signatures without a baseline resonant sample from his initial occult catalyst.
Got it. Stop the truck.
So we've got knee strike. 1 step ahead, I think, is fine. Let's do a knee strike on the big guy. Because we want to take, if you take his block down, we can recover artifact, which is what we're trying to do.
What's this?
And that may take his full block down there.
We're still doing this?
Block is gone. The artifact has now lost protection. So we can actually recover the artifact with Captain Marvel right now. So let's get that out of the way. She's also got block, so she will be protected if she takes damage anyway, so I'm not too worried. Defeat the remaining enemies, complete the mission.
One less thing to worry about. Approximately 16,342 more to go. I suggest starting with the remaining Hydra forces in your vicinity.
Yeah. So, we have got Slash, which is a knockback effect from us. Can we take... I don't know if this will knock him and take him out. It will take 2. And that's a decent move then. I was hoping to use the crate above to knock them both out, but Blade's kind of in the way in his dazed state, although he is back now. Who's he attacking next? Captain Marvel. Well, she's got blocks, so we're all good there. There's still one guy here that we've forgotten about. He's attacking the Hunter in his next turn. There's not much we can do about that at this point. What I might do is move Blade. Just I want him in a better position to do an attack potentially next turn. So I'm trying to utilise, I think, that.
I'm just following orders.
Now he's going to take out the remaining enemies. Okay, the Hunter's going to get attacked. We're all good though. And obviously, Marvel has a block. We've got to be prepared to take damage. I think that's a natural thing to have. Is he going to explode?
You don't know who I am, do you?
These delays can be quite frustrating. Infuriating, even.
Yeah, I think he's going to explode.
I'd normally be tromping through the warehouse, hurling the puny
Blade
truck
is
at the moon.
in that detonation
Don't worry,
zone.
Bruce. I've got a pair of torn purple pants with your name on them.
So that could be an issue. Although Fist of Radiance, we could knock him back. I'm just thinking of where his explosion point is and take us out of the way. Let's do that, I think. Yeah.
One more time.
Could have moved her to get a better angle, to be fair, but that worked quite well in the end.
These guys got their tactics from the back of a magazine.
Yeah, so he's going to explode, so as long as we're not in that circle, we're all good. And we're not, which is the important thing. Let's swap this. We just need an attack on this guy. And one step ahead is not... Well, we could get her to do another move, to be fair. I want to know why I can't... Oh, I need 2 heroism to drop this down. That's why I've not been able to. So all these jumps and things we're using, utilising things around us, they all cost heroism, which I didn't notice. And obviously, we haven't got any heroism, and the reason we can't keep heroism is because I keep using it. Okay. Let's use that so we gain some Captain Marvel cards. We'll also gain 2 heroism. I may just drop the net on his head. Yep. We gained 2 heroism there. We haven't got any moves we can use with her, but we don't need to. Let's use Blade, because he's got guns. And we can now drop this on this guy's head. Which is what I was hoping to do earlier, but didn't realise it was linked to heroism. I didn't look properly, to be fair.
Playtime's over.
Come on, Blade. And obviously this guy over here is going to explode. We don't need to worry about him anymore. So let's finish our turn. Well, he exploded but didn't really kill him. I thought he was going to kill himself. It must be just a controlled one. Okay, we have got a quick strike from Blade, which could finish this off, to be fair. Let's take him out. And I think that is mission complete.
That was something.
We retrieved the artifacts, we took all the enemies out. I've learnt a lesson. The environment's all good to utilise, but be aware of how much heroism you're spending, because it stops us doing other moves.
What is this thing?
Bad guy crate, full of bad guy stuff.
I know those symbols from the time of the first hunt. That glyph means barrier. That one, almighty. Something, something. Gods and demons.
So a spooky bad guy crate.
Very spooky. Designed to contain powerful magic. Be careful.
Got it.
Basically, don't drop
cross
it.
the streams.
Never do. How about we get this thing back to the Abbey and see for ourselves?
I think that's mission complete, though. I think we did pretty well. We only got a 1 rating. I don't know what a good rating is. We got 2 stars for our first mission against Venom, and we got a 1-star rating for this one. I don't know if that's good or not. We got 62 gloss out of it. Yeah, I don't know what a good rating is. Let's have a quick. I'm gonna have a look it up because it hasn't explained ratings. Which is weird. You would expect it to explain it somewhere. Mission rating. There may be a reason why we only got a 1. Okay. Superhero Arbiter is a good mix of turn-based combat, blah 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 blah. Mission where players get to use it. So at the end of each mission, players will be given a star rating on 1 to 3 scale. So 1 isn't good. So maybe we took too many turns. And it was because I was using too much heroism, using objects, I think. The more stars, the better rewards will be. Rewards include XP, gloss, or difficulty modes. The difficulty modes include story, normal, heroic, and the ultimate. They grant varying levels of XP and gloss. Gloss is used for cosmetics. So 3 stars are determined by how many turns were used, how many KOs did the team have, and enemy encounters. With no KOs and a boss battle, I'm most likely to get a 3-star rating. Oh wow! So if you complete a mission with no KOs, you get a 3-star rating. Longer of multiple. Oh, no teammates being killed. It means 1 or 2. Why do we only get 1? We had no teammates killed. We did take some damage, but no one was killed. Next, support and defensive moves. Yeah, okay. So we're aiming for 3 stars. We've got a 2-star yesterday in one of our first missions, and a 1-star that time. So not brilliant star rating, but I thought we did pretty well. We took out the guide guard and the artefact. I think it took about 4 turns, so maybe that was too much. Maybe we did take a bit too much damage. I wasn't focused on the guy protecting the artefact as much as probably I should have done. We did gain some friendship XP for Blade and Captain Marvel, though.
Kid. I mean, I didn't get Hydra bombed until my 10th run with the Avengers.
Kid, you do know that I'm a good 3 centuries older than you, right?
Then you've got a lot of catching up to do.
Okay, Abbey tournament tonight.
There's still lots of people we've not utilised in the field yet that I'd like to see.
The eternal spirits of vengeance take technical fouls very seriously, especially in the 4th quarter.
Forget it. Tonight is movie night.
It is always movie night.
Exactly.
Wow, out of jail again? Who made this game? Wilson Fisk?
Well, if parking is free, clearly no one from Manhattan.
You know what they say? All work and no play is how we ended up with Ultron.
It's a good point. That is how they ended up with Ultron, to be fair.
Come on. You should hang out.
Does the Hunter do hanging out? I think this is a big part of us gaining XP with people and learning more ways of being able to work as a team. Obviously, he's a bit reluctant at the minute. I want to take Ghost Rider into the field. Okay.
Let me see. How did this work again?
So Nico has sent you a message on the super link. So we need to go and check our messages with Nico. And where's the dog gone? My dog was there a second ago. It's disappeared. I want you to pet the dog. Okay, super link. Let's have a look. Messages. Just now. R2. Hunter, you there? By the way, says Nico. In case nobody gave you the rundown on how the spark works, Blade and Captain Marvel just filled us in. Freaky stuff, especially forced us. And then they all just left me alone here. You should come hang out. So the only thing I'm allowed to do is thank you, Nico. But I'm tired. I don't think she's taking no for an answer.
Come on, Hunter. I know you're awake in there. You just replied to me. Good. You answered. Getting hard to keep finding ways to say open door around here. And despite what Robbie says, I don't think the staff of one speaks High Elven. Blood magic stuff. Cool room. Spacious. Aw, is that bed for Charlie?
Yes?
So, if you're planning on giving me some sort of brooding code of the stoic warrior speech, I'm immune. Just ask later, Magic. From what I just saw out there, whatever crazy ancient living weapons stuff Caretaker put you through back in the day did a real number on you. We got a lot of work to do.
Work?
Yeah, talking to people, making friends, basic human stuff. Or quasi-human. You're a Midnight Sun now. One of us.
I'm still waiting to find out who else we can
Nico,
recruit.
I was just
There's lots more
Hydra
characters I'm hoping are within this.
I could use some rest.
Ones that I've seen on the cover, obviously.
You and me both. Been bad
Wolverine
dreams every
being one I
night for me lately.
really like to have.
I keep seeing Wanda. She... Never mind.
I will meet you outside.
Yes! I'll go nuke us some popcorn and you pick out a movie. Oh, and it may just be the two of us. The others went outside, needed to cool off. Really need to hang a fan over that forge. Or maybe crack open the casket of Ancient Winters a little?
So we've got to go and hang out in the common room with Nico. She's available for combat missions now. So if we hang around with people, they're actually available for combat missions. And all these different characters we can utilise in different ways. I was just thinking the Forge, we did gain something in the Forge that we can now go and do. So if we go into the Forge, we learned about this last night, so I'm pretty sure. Oh, I can't interact, it's not going to allow me to do anything, is it? It's because we've got to speak to Nico, I think. But we did gain one of the rewards for the last mission, was something we could use to upgrade things, and moves and things, so... But we've got to speak to her. So let's join a hangout. Watching a movie. Friendship XP gains. Let's do that. This is the whole point. But we can now use her in a mission. I'm looking forward to seeing her moves.
I know this entire situation's gotta suck for you. Not just the whole resurrected, chosen one thing. I get why facing Lilith won't be easy. I was 15 when I found out my mother was capital E evil.
That's terrible. What about your father? I was 10 when I found out. What about your father?
Was your father there for you when you found out?
Dad was evil too. Long story, lots of drama. There was a cool dinosaur. I'll fill you in later. Look, I'm glad my mother is gone, but yeah, at times
I've actually just clicked because of the dinosaur part of who she is. So if you've ever seen Inhumans,
makes me hate her even
it's
more.
not Inhumans. Runaways. She was in Runaways. The staff came from her mother, I believe, and the dinosaur was in Runaways as well. I'm sorry I didn't know.
I did not realize you carried such pain.
I just learned to bury it. You think I can afford a therapist on a superhero salary? I'm kidding.
How much is
we
I was
don't
going
get paid
to
for this.
say? What do superheroes get paid?
Enough about our crappy parents. You missed out on decades of good movies. It's my solemn duty to fill this knowledge gap with the best examples I can provide.
I think a big part of this game is hanging out with people so we can use them in fights, but also gain friendship.
Glowing briefcase is a metaphor.
Hangout completed. We gained a 7 friendship with her, and we gained her Common Abbey outfit, Battle Witch, and we gained a hoodie as well.
So, what did you think of the movie?
I understood more than I should.
How? You've been dead for 3 centuries.
I'm not so sure I was dead. Not exactly. I recall a deep slumber, not the void. I dreamt.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm one for cosmetics massively, so I'm not sure I'm going to be changing outfits very often.
Much
Just
of this
because
world is
cosmetics have never been my thing, to be fair.
I know it from my dreams.
That's not creepy at all. So, do you know everything?
No, think of it like this. I know what a car is, but I have no idea how to drive.
You're up to date, but not omniscient. Then I'm guessing you don't know much about me.
No, we don't.
Just what you shared earlier.
I know a little bit, I believe.
You're always free to ask. Like, what's the Staff of One? Or who were the
Runaways? About the Staff of One.
I had some questions about your staff.
Sure. But first, the basics. The Staff of One interprets words or phrases as spells, but it can only cast a spell once. No repeats.
Some weird stuff. It seems powerful but limited. You can't repeat the same word twice, because it can only cast a spell from a word once. No repeats.
If each magical effect is unique, do you worry you will run out of words?
Not really. I only use the staff's power when I truly need it. The rest of the time, I rely on more conventional means.
Basically, she fights.
Like, you know, magic.
Magic, okay. What about the Runaways?
I had some questions about your old team.
I want to know where they all are now.
Sure thing.
If you've not seen the program, they're okay. I wouldn't say it's the best stuff Marvel's produced, but it's a pretty good show, and it explains her at least.
Banded together?
No, we were normal kids. We saw each other once a year when our parents got together to reminisce. And then we found out two very disturbing things. First, our parents were supervillains who sacrificed children to evil gods. Second, each of us had some sort of powerful birthright. Our parents wanted us to follow in their footsteps.
What did you do?
We ran, but eventually we realized only the 6 of us could stop our parents and their dark gods, so we faced them and stopped them from destroying reality as we know it. You know, typical kid stuff.
It was typical kid stuff. Who were the Runaways?
Who was on the team?
At first, Chase with his mad science gear, Molly, our pint-sized powerhouse, Carolina, the solar-powered sweetheart. Gert had a telepathic link to Old Lace, a genetically engineered Deinonychus from the 87th century. I handled the blood magic, though I didn't understand it much. And Alex, well, we don't talk about Alex.
Don't talk about Alex.
Where are your friends now?
Molly attends Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. Carolina left Earth to marry alien nobility. Gert, she didn't make it. After Gert passed, Chase and I had a falling out. The last I heard, he and Old Lace are living at his family home in L.A. As for Alex, he chose his side, and it wasn't ours. He died with our parents.
I'm pretty sure I've seen all the episodes, but I don't remember that ending.
I had some questions.
I don't know if there's any other questions about the staff we could look at.
Go for it.
Can you tell me how the Staff of One functions?
It's blood magic, so my own blood is required to summon it. You wouldn't believe how many adhesive bandages I go through each year.
What about the words you speak?
They come true. Kind of. And not always the way I expect. It's like making a wish, but you can never make the same wish again.
Okay, we've asked everything we can possibly ask, and I think that's what we've got to do to make sure we get the best team-ups and the best friendship scores with everyone. We've got to ask everything we can possibly ask, and I think we're done.
I should get going.
Good timing. Looks like Caretaker wants to speak with you, and wow, I should get to bed. Time flies when you're hanging out.
So interesting what she said about the Runaways, though, and where they are now.
Using your free time productively.
Speak to the
Whatever it is
caretaker.
that Faustus knows, he's willing to make any sacrifice to protect it. The next time he's cornered, maybe his own life he's forced to take. Looks like you're finding your way around. Maybe making some new friends.
I was planning on getting some rest, but...
Things are moving at a frantic pace. For all we know, I'll be landing a jet on the roof with Mr. Stark this afternoon. Not quite like it was in the good old days.
Were they really that good? Things don't seem all that different. Change can be a good thing. Were they really that good?
I remember many sleepless nights and blood-soaked days. Always on the hunt.
I'll give you that. But there were times back then I wouldn't trade for anything. With both you and...
Agatha. Where is Agatha?
I am sorry. I should have had this talk with you much sooner. But you should know... Agatha...
I think she means Agatha Harkness.
She's no longer with us.
What? That is impossible. She was so...
Fierce, indomitable, or maybe just kind to a fault.
If this is too hard for you, how can that be?
Agatha's power. How could she be gone?
She put her trust in the wrong person. Agatha died in an accident.
There we go.
Caused by her protege, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. The Midnight Sun's latest recruit, a powerful spellcaster in her own right. Perhaps the most powerful Agatha and I had ever seen. Wanda's abilities were growing. Too quickly for my liking. Agatha was determined to help her control them. I tried to caution her.
There's lots of links to the films and the comics and stuff, I've
listen.
noticed.
There was an incident. An accident, I'm sure, but...
Agatha was killed.
Yes, incinerated in an instant. Not even ash to remember her by. The others were heartbroken, as was I. But I also saw the danger, the threat, if Wanda's powers were left unchecked. So I did what needed to be done. I sent Wanda away, to the Sanctum Sanctorum, to study under Doctor Strange. I know the others still harbor a great deal of resentment towards me for it.
Ah, okay. So one is a good one. I think light and dark. This is where we've got to pick a side. Do we want to be light or do we want to be dark in a way? You simply gave up on her. You made the right choice. I don't envy your position. So there is a middle ground. I want to say she made the right choice because in a way, if she felt she was too dangerous to have around, she needed to learn.
Wanda's powers were so out of control they cost a life. Your decision may have saved lives, if not the entire Abbey.
I obviously don't want to be particularly bad, but at the same time,
especially given her
it
current
makes sense.
situation. Wanda.
And I want to play this as if it's
Seems
something
we've
I would
lost them
say.
both
In
now.
that situation is my thinking.
I conjured a small shrine to Agatha's memory on the grounds, hoping to find some solace, a way to move forward. You should pay your respects. Maybe you'll find what I couldn't. Good night, Hunter.
There's a shrine on the ground somewhere. A hunter can follow the path of light or dark through the choice they make in the Abbey and the abilities they use in combat. Powerful rewards can be unlocked as Hunter moves down either path. So we can follow Charlie to Agatha's shrine in a second. So if we go back to the Hunter, I believe we can check him out. So now Nico is part of our team. Friendship level is 7. So she's actually the highest friendship level we've got because we did that team up with her. Customize that. I've gained an Abbey outfit, haven't I? We still got to spend gloss on buying it, but I've got no interest in spending things, to be fair. So here we go. We're 1% alignment towards light by looks of things. And I think that's because we've used a lot of light cards. So that one choice for dark didn't really change anything for us. It's the cards we've used that have made us more that way. Light, dark, or power. The hunter will be a strong supporter, a devastating damage dealer, and nearly everything in between. So there's a lot of things we can be. We just got to work out how we want to act. The healing is obviously, I'd say, a light side of things would be my guess. Right, let's follow our dog. Let's follow Charlie to the shrine. I'm here, Charlie. Let's go. Press L3 to sprint. Okay. I will say, walking and stuff reminds me of The Witcher. Okay, this is Agatha's shrine. Agatha Harkness. And now talk to Agatha. How does this work? She's dead, supposedly.
Agatha?
You always did have the most remarkable eyes, Hunter. Just like your mother's. Maybe that's why you're the first.
We're the first to see her.
The first?
To commune with the spirits, of course.
So she's
Is this
dead.
a trick of some kind? Because I am not amused.
No, it's no trick, dear. You're just the first to see me. By now you've heard I had a bit of trouble with my corporeal body. I actually find it quite liberating.
You are dead.
Always straight to the heart of things. That's my hunter.
You seem strangely at ease about this whole thing.
After 1,000 years of living, you learn to take things in stride. Even death.
And what have you been doing all this time?
Meet me by the cave just over there. You know the one.
Yeah, we're gonna meet her by the cave.
Gate? Caretaker always told me to stay away from that place.
I think we can safely lift the veil on a few more of our secrets. What's the worst that can happen?
What is the worst that can happen, I wonder? Let's follow Agatha then. There's something called Bloodgate. So she's always been there in spirit, but no one else has been able to see her, and the hunter's the first one that has seen her. Let's touch the blood seal. I feel like we're about to unleash something we shouldn't. Especially with a blood seal. It is kind of that worry, isn't it?
This ominous-looking portal is known as a blood gate, and you're the only one among us who can pass through it.
Bloodgate? Caretaker's handiwork?
Yes, Sarah got a little overprotective after the accident with Wanda. It's become something of a habit for her.
I have noticed that.
What lies beyond is meant for you, as much as it ever was for her. Assuming you're up to the challenge, that is.
You know I am.
I do. But it's always polite to ask.
Okay.
Whoa.
Let's enter the Bloodgate then and see what's beyond the portal. Trial of the Elder Gods, Oshtur. Open the door, the way to locations barred. Recommended player level 1. Okay, so we're ready to do this. I don't know what this is. Let's begin. It's a challenge mission. I'm assuming as we level up we should be doing these alongside everything else by the looks of things. We shall see.
Not what you were expecting, is it? There was a time when the blood stood within these celestial halls to prove their worth. This particular arena belongs to a goddess who often favored Sarah, Oshtur.
Sarah, Caretaker, was here?
Nothing ever comes easy, dear. The Elder Gods felt their descendants needed to earn their blessings, which is why they created these trials to begin with.
Trials? I should.
This entire realm exists for that purpose. Trial by combat, with no chance of outside interference.
Okay.
Yes,
Just
but
us on
I
our
may
own.
have found a loophole they never considered. Why don't you try summoning your four-legged friend?
Oh wow, we can call in Charlie.
Charlie?
Well, that's a dog that we can utilise.
Responsible for a great many creations, including your faithful companion. I think even they tend to forget that. Good luck, dear.
Okay, challenge situation. Feel the enemy's completed the encounter.
As the goddess of balance and order, Oshtur was sometimes called the giver of justice. You can expect a fair fight, or at least her idea of one.
Okay, so heroism is needed. This is what I learned in the last battle, which is why it probably took longer than it should have done because I was using all the environment, not realising that each environmental attack takes heroism. So now I know this, we're going to be a bit more careful. So, apply 2 marks to each enemy in an area. Okay. I don't know what marked is. Immune to corrupted. When taunted, all other shadow hounds will also be taunted. Can on KO draw a card. So we could do a straight bite with Charlie. Let's do that as a first move.
I am impressed.
Okay. We have got a knockback now with the hunter. I was just looking at what we could do. So this knockback attack, potentially, I'm thinking we could utilise by knocking one into the other, is kind of my thinking. So if we do that onto this one, and take two out in one. The more we take out in our attacks, the less we're going to get hit. Have all your characters level 8? No. Good evening, Marvel Cuphead, how are you? No, we haven't got anyone level 8. Their highest level is 3, which is the Hunter and Blade. I think we're still in a little bit of a tutorial stage because it's still showing us things we didn't know about. So I think there is still a lot of tutorial stuff to learn as well. Right, we've got a bite by Charlie here. Let's do that one. Okay, we have got some heroism we can spend. We've got no cards we can play, but we have got some heroism we can spend. So, I'm just seeing what we can utilise our heroism on. So one of these will take out one of these two. Why would you think any account is level 8? We're nowhere near level 8 at this point. And we can utilise that heroism there. And we've got one left to utilise. There's no. We could save it for the next turn because we can now use Maul next turn, I think, or we can use a leap over here and hurt this guy. I think we'll save it. Let's see what happens. Charlie he's been corrupted. Charlie has. Thanks for the line. Much appreciated. Whatever that was.
Compared to our girl, these hellhounds are nothing but mindless beasts. Don't hesitate to strike. They certainly won't.
So for the next 2 turns, this unit takes 7 damage at the end of their turn and spreads corrupted nearby units, ignores block and resist. Okay. We can use Maul though. I know I'm saying it wrong. So you can now utilise that onto that one. We can also use our whip, which is going to cost 0 heroism. But we're going to need to try and put it in a direction where it's going to do some damage, I think. We move to there. No, wrong person. Hunter moves to here. Because I'm thinking the whip to move him... Because you've got to think of your positioning when you actually hit characters. Oh, we can actually do it onto him. No, let's whip him across to that guy. I didn't know we didn't need to move, to be fair. Yeah, that moving was a bit pointless there because it wasn't needed.
Your mother abandons you.
We've got no heroism left. We have got quick slash, which may be enough. It is enough to take him out in one. There we go. Job done.
Call.
Took 2 turns, but I think we did everything we should have done.
Girl, Charlie. Oh, and you too, Hunter. You finished this trial, but don't worry. The other gods are waiting.
So it does tell you a recommended level for these challenges. So I suppose if we're at that level or over, we should be looking at them. Getting 2 stars. Which is okay. Obviously, it'd be better if we could get more, but 2 stars is better than nothing. But I'm assuming we need to come back to that Blood Gate as the game progresses to keep doing those. The rewards at the minute are just gloss, and the gloss isn't... I'm not going to spend gloss on the cosmetics, so... Ah, it's opened. Maybe this is the only Blood Gate, maybe there's others we've got to go to. Okay, am I just dropping down? I think I am. Just checking there's nothing to pick up, and I've got to look around. It's what I do best. Okay. What is in here? There's something there, isn't there? Moon seal. Okay. Let's see what the moon's... We've gained an elder artefact. We can place the item on the plinth. There's another hallway there as well. Anything else here? I can't not look around properly to make sure we don't miss anything. I'm guessing we place the moon on the plinth. Yeah. Trophy achieved. Oshtur's gift. So we've just gained 15 arcane knowledge. Oshtur's gift allows magical locks and gates to be opened. Open will allow you to access new areas of the Abbey and its grounds, which unlock the magical means. We now have the word of power.
Sarah was right to be wary of this place. But it's your birthright, and I think after everything you've been through, you can handle it now.
When we get an arcane key, do I want the chest?
The two of you, as well as your mother, are the last of your kind, the Blood. Your lineage follows an unbroken line to the old gods themselves. And if you call upon them, you might just find they're actually listening. They won't work miracles for you, but their blessings can be quite useful in the right circumstance. Why don't you ask the goddess Oshtur for her aid in dealing with that barrier over there?
Okay. So open the gate by using the word of power. I assume we don't pick that back up. Words of power, magic incantations the hunter can use on the Abbey ground. To use a word of power, I'll hold R2. So we've got our open power.
Noble Oshtur guides my hand.
More arcane knowledge gained. There's an arcane chest here. Can we open it? No. It's been added to a map though for when we can. We need arcane keys. I don't know how much knowledge we need to gain a key, to be fair. I think we've got around 25 arcane knowledge just from that. I'm assuming we'll gain a key at some point.
After all this time, it's still just as
How are you today, Marvel Cuphead?
as the first time I laid eyes on it. It's hard to believe Lilith and Caretaker brought this place all the way from Transia. Of course, it was no coincidence that they wound up so close to Salem. This area is particularly attuned to the forces of magic. That's why the Elder God's influence was so prevalent here. And why our sanctuary here has remained all but impregnable over the centuries. And now I'm rambling on like an old sorcerer supreme. Why don't you come see me in the library tomorrow night? Oh, and let's keep this just between the two of us for now. I'm afraid Sarah, Caretaker, isn't ready to see me yet.
Do we trust her?
Good night, Hunter.
Well, she wants us to keep things from the Caretaker. I'm kind of... Maybe it's just the way I think, but I just think it's a bit untrustworthy there. But that's kind of given us a reason to explore the grounds, to find these other blood seals. So it's just giving us that reasoning, isn't it? Okay, we've got a new gamma coil we can analyse as well, which will give us some upgrades. So let's go and have a look.
So many... is this thing on? Hunter, please come to the forge at your earliest convenience. Again,
Okay.
that's Hunter to the forge.
Hunter to the forge. Good evening, Ghosted. How are you?
Out.
Really unique if the army develops a mech crab droid infiltration
so
area.
much more than a weapon.
Mingo
You're
and RPG.
fun.
Yeah, the only problem with using mech bots for combat is you've then got the argument that potentially the liability costs of a machine killing a human comes into play. When you've got two armies fighting against each other, there's no liability on either side. When there's a mechs involved, but also you've got that liability, and on the other hand, you've also got ones that do a rogue and attack their own troops and things.
Hunter, just
That's
in
why
time.
it's not done.
His royal weirdness and I were deciding what to do with that nasty little Hydra gift box you found.
Ah, yes. The spooky crate?
The very one. Though it is far from any mere container, I assure you. I am detecting powerful emanations from inside. If this is a sign of what Hydra is after, I fear we are all in grave danger.
My offer still stands. I could fly the thing up and nuke it in orbit. Only way to be sure.
Or we could
He likes
open
flying
it,
things into
Tony,
space and nuking them, doesn't
and
he?
perhaps use
That's
the
a link
mystical
back to
energies I
the
sense
the
inside
first
to our
Marvel
advantage.
Avengers films.
Yeah, I heard a "we" in there. Green goopy gamma serums are one thing. I'm not opening boxes full of mummy curses.
You don't have to. Hunter, if you'll allow me.
Your second funeral, boss.
Okay, we're going to talk to Dr. Strange. We can, I think, can we analyse? Yes, we can. So let's interact first. Let's have a look at a gamma coil. This is from the previous mission we completed, and see what this gives us.
Got more coil for me?
We have. Let's analyze the coil.
This should be quick. Take your pick, Hunter.
Okay. Fortified, gain 1 counter and 21 block. Okay. Blades gets a strike out of a strike card.
Another magical mystery box.
And photon beam.
Future tech.
So that's what we can gain. We haven't got that one. That's new. So we'll take the new card. Gain 1 counter and 21 block for the hunter. I think is useful. We could take the others and upgrade them. The ones we already own 2, so we could upgrade one of the other ones. But it's better to have new stuff than more the same, I think. Let's do that.
Until next time.
You've gained a new combat ability for a hero. Open the hero screen to equip this new ability. Okay. Equip and salvage. Abilities can be equipped or swapped with the cards within the hero's combat deck. Any unused abilities should be salvaged for essence, which is required for upgrades, items, and more. So we have got, obviously, a new one to use, which is fortified. What do we want to take out? I don't want to take out combat moves. I think we take out a heal. Because the hunter for us isn't going to be really utilised for healing. So I think we take a heal out and put in our fortify. The heal might become useful if we can upgrade it later, to be fair, because we could always upgrade them 2 into 1. We could salvage it into 30 skill essence, but it's not worth doing just yet. But I think that's a good start. I don't think having loads of healing is going to help us massively at this point. Dennis, good evening, how are you? If you're familiar with Titanfall or Halo. I know of the mechs, absolutely. Size of it would be bad because you would go to wear friendly forces on the ground. Yeah, I think it's that issue of them going rogue, isn't it? Why are you using a private account, Dennis? So every time we gain one of them, we need to do that. We've got a new ability upgrade, so I think we can upgrade one of the heals.
Inside, it's better off in our hands.
But we'll speak to Dr. Strange first before we go and do that in the Abbey grounds.
If Hydra is now working to acquire mystical antiquities, then our situation is very dire indeed. We need to find a way to gain the upper hand.
And you think you can do it with whatever's in the container?
Tony has one of the greatest scientific minds that I've ever seen. I, of course, have an unparalleled understanding of the mystic arts. I have no doubt that we can find a way to research whatever we find in there and have it work in our favor. I just wonder what it could be.
Okay, this is where what choice we make will change our light or dark setting, or we can go for a middle. We can destroy anything with Hydra's foul taint, is a dark choice. I want you to make something powerful, is a light choice. And down the middle is, would it really give us an advantage? As I said, I'm going to try and answer these and play what side we go for, dark or light, as naturally as we can. Would we want him to open it? Or would we want him to destroy it? I don't want to make something powerful from it, but I'd want to open it and learn from it. It's more my thinking. But destroy anything with Hydra's foul taint does make sense as well, so let's do that.
I would be highly suspicious of anything that Hydra has had in its possession. My advice would be to do what Tony says. Destroy whatever is in there immediately.
With all due respect, Hunter, that would be short-sighted and foolish.
Oh wow, okay, we lost a friendship
it's
with Doctor Strange for that.
Hard to dispose of magical
I wasn't
items.
expecting that.
The repercussions are sometimes unexpected.
So we went against Doctor Strange's advice and lost one of our friendship levels with him.
And why is that?
Right now, with the
Sanctum, do you think they're going to evolve, or there's still limits? I think there's limits. I think it'll evolve to a degree, but I still think there's limits to it. Thanks for the line, much appreciated.
Research I can give the Midnight
Try to connect Jensen. Oh, okay, on mobile.
And her disciples.
I look forward to seeing what
so our answers also dictate how others feel about us. We went to the dark side by saying just destroy it, be done with it, and that annoyed Doctor Strange.
Step up to the anvil, Hunter. It doesn't bite.
Yeah, we lost 1 friendship XP, but we also gained a dark balance. I think the natural thing would be to destroy something just so it doesn't get in Hydra's hand, but obviously Doctor Strange doesn't see it like that. I'm okay, thank you, Gerd. I'm okay.
found another artifact, Hunter?
Studying artifacts unlocks more powerful research projects at the Forge and generates significant resources for use in ability upgrades and crafting. Okay, what are we going to gain from this? Considering we wanted to destroy a minute ago.
Hoary hosts of Hoggoth. I can hardly believe it.
What? Is it worse than you expected?
No, it's...
You don't think so, realistic? Yeah, that's true. That is very true. I've not heard from Brackley, so I'm hoping he's okay with what happened. And, you know,
bedchamber in the Sanctum for
I did apologise to him.
The Sanctum Sanctorum is no common domicile to be burglared. These barbarians have no idea what they possessed.
Or perhaps they did. Maybe these artifacts are exactly what Faustus and my mother were after to begin with.
A distressing thought. If they had my dagger, then who knows what others of my priceless possessions have passed through their greedy fingers. The cube of nothingness. The tear of Profia, and most worrisome of all.
Your toothbrush? You had a little coffee thing going on this morning with your breath?
Oh, Tony.
Sorry. Doc's right, Hunter. I drank 3 glasses of holy water just to walk through the Sanctum's front door. Place is like a doomsday vault for all sorts of supernatural nastiness. We need to put a lid on this mess. Pronto.
I believe Carol is already working on it.
At last. Now that this artifact has been returned to its proper owner, we shall see if we can make use of the mystic forces contained within.
So what is it actually going to give us is the question. Okay, the Eternity Dagger.
Not the object of power you are
Common artifact knife. Skill essence, heroic essence, and attack essence. Okay. So research is now gone up to level 1. This could be your music. Okay. Oh, okay, fair enough. Okay, research. Research projects take 1 day to complete, but grant powerful rewards like room upgrades, combos, and hero outfits. So, we've got 2 we can do, 1 we can't because requirements aren't met. So we can do the supernatural fabrication. It takes a day. Complete 1 mission exchange. We did this. Craft powerful single-use combat items. So we can. It gives us an item bench to forge as a schematic for an item bench. War games. Gives us a forge schematic for increasing ability options and earn an additional ability when analysing gamma coils.
There's something to be said of the careful study.
So when we analyse coils here,
by examining the physical documents themselves,
we can gain an extra ability to pick from. Oh, absolutely, all pluses, Dennis. The Way of the Fang, we need to complete 1 more mission with Blade to get that, and that's training dummies.
Oh, no, I'm honestly interested this time.
Spend moves to knock back enemies in combat. Okay, I'm thinking war games because then we get more choice of cards every time we get one. I kind of want the single-use combat items, but I think the first one we should go for is war games. Let's start that research. Okay,
hey,
first thing done in there.
Got a sec to spare?
Robbie wants to see us in here as well. So Robbie Reyes is
you moving into
Ghost
the Forge,
Rider,
Hunter?
but the new Ghost Rider. We have still got an upgrade we can do out in the yard as well. So we've got to go and have a look at that when we get a chance. But we haven't really spoken to Robbie Reyes, and we haven't gained anything with him enough to use him in a fight yet. I'd like to see him being utilised. I'd like to see Ghost Rider in action, to be fair. Let's find out if we can after this.
You've been here more in the past few days than I have since ever. The Forge is pretty badass, but the creature trapped inside riles up my own inner demon. Speaking of, there's something you should know about me.
You are bonded with a spirit of vengeance?
Damn, you're good. How could you tell?
There's definitely a lot of talking to this and a lot of story, but I actually really like that.
The Midnight Suns.
Especially early on, we get to know everyone properly.
Just a few days. 3 centuries ago.
Oh man, sometimes when I have crap to work through, I like to get my blood pumping. Why don't we hit the yard for a sparring session?
A group of
I know Sparky's excited to meet you.
Ground has a bit of a beetle and 6 legs.
That's
4 days of battle in the water. Wow, that's
His
really
real
good.
name is something you'd see written on a
What are they going to use it
like
for underwater,
12
though? That's the
apostrophes.
question.
Also, he's not allowed inside after the incident with caretaker Sumerian sofa.
Okay, I look forward to it. No, but really, Sparky, you better be ready for this. I think I look forward to it. I look forward to working with Robbie Reyes.
It would be my honor to spar with the spirit of vengeance.
Wow, he's real excited. Never thought he'd get bouncy, but here we are. Okay, let's do this. I'll get Blade to set things up.
We're heading out there anyway to do an upgrade,
we'll
so
head to the yard.
We'll head to the yard as well and meet him.
When you and Sparky trade places, what does he look like?
He's the guy with the flaming metal skull and hellfire
Go to parts, pick up rocks and things for research, and study how the green laser thing. That's pretty cool. What goes today is pretty cool. So we have Ghost Rider can now be used in battle, which is what we were trying to get. Every time we speak to someone, it seems we can then utilise them in battle. Right. Is there anyone else to speak to? It does show up if there is. Ghost Rider's waiting for us outside the yard. We know we can do an upgrade in the yard as well. Don't think there's anyone else we can talk to at this point. But yard it is. I'll do the upgrade first, which is
Hunter,
here.
Ready to get your burn on?
Before we face Ghost Rider.
With Ghost Rider.
Let's quickly pick this up. It's credits. Okay, so I think we can increase upgrade abilities.
Time to take it to the next level.
And I think we can now upgrade a heal. We can. Our current ability is heal.
Wants my advice, but they're gonna get it either way.
So this one will take up 30 skill essence, but will take us down to only 1 heal. We've already swapped one out of our deck, so that's all good. It restores health the same amount, but if overhealed, we draw 2 cards. So if we use it before we need to use a full 48, we gain 2 cards. I think that's the thing. No, he's not on Discord, Dennis, as far as I'm aware. Good evening, Luna. How are you? And it was Cat 1 since someone can't afford domestic pets. Made of wood on... Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to upgrade this ability of heal. So that's done. We're getting there towards the next level of training.
Dr. Strange knows Merlin. I'm still waiting for someone to take this sword.
Okay, sparring. We are going to spar with Ghost Rider. Rewards a combat bonus for Ghost Rider and Friendship XP. It costs us 13 credits. Choose a hero to instruct in the art of demon hunting. Heroes may only spar with the hunter once every 4 days. The days are in-game days, to be fair. That was the battery lost for an hour and it was no remote control. Game's going well, Goated. Yeah, game's going well. There's a lot of talk and there's a lot of story to absorb. But there's characters I recognise that I don't think a lot of people will necessarily know. So I think that's interesting. I bet Luna knows it's you. I bet he does. Basically because your name is the same as your normal name, Dennis, to be fair. The only difference is it's a 2 instead of a 1. Right, let's begin sparring with Ghost Rider. I don't know how sparring works. Oh, we don't actually physically have to do it. It just does it. So we training XP +1, free friendship XP, and he's got a combat bonus, hand size increased by 1 for 2 turns. Okay.
Hunter, report to the war
I'm okay today. Yeah, I've had a bit of up and down day, but I'm okay. Struggled earlier, just in general, pain and the usual stuff. But yeah, we're okay. Right, Blade wants to talk to us about something.
Crazy world you woke up to, Hunter. Hydra running around causing trouble, apocalypse prophecies, the Bronx.
It is indeed, Daywalker.
And that op against Faustus. The way Captain Marvel just absorbed that bomb. Unbelievable, isn't it?
And that the way Captain was absorbed... Yeah, she's something else.
Yes, she is quite the marvel.
I see what you did there. And
Friendship level increase?
Never met a gal who could throw me into the sun before.
She is a formidable ally in our struggle against Lilith.
Hell yeah, she is. Smart, quick.
Yeah, I don't know what the roof was about.
Hell, she even glows.
And do you find all of your allies equally impressive?
Yes. No. Wait. What are you trying to say?
I really like Blade. Blade's always been a good one I like. Ghost Rider, although we've not used him in a fight properly yet. So yeah, there's a few. We haven't met many though. That's the weird thing. But yeah, Blade's probably my favourite so far. This is hard for you, isn't it? Should I spell it out for you? Figure I can go now. Go for the top answer.
You are not used to expressing feelings of affection, are you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm not overly worried about our light and dark path. I'm just trying to answer as honestly as I probably would answer.
This ain't my first rodeo, you know?
Of course it is not. Whatever a rodeo is.
Yeah. Well, now that that's settled, maybe
I think we'll obviously get a lot more deeper into it tomorrow morning in tomorrow morning's stream. We'll have a lot more time. There is a lot of talking, but like I say, I'm enjoying that so far. So friendship XP gained and hunter balance change. Right.
Hunter.
We just spoke to you. We're not speaking to you again. So who is waiting to speak to us? Captain Marvel wants to speak to us over here. There's no real mission to leave at the minute. Yeah, so I think it's just Captain Marvel by the looks of things. Let's go and speak to her then. There she is. I'm waiting for the next mission to come up, but we're still waiting for it.
Keep telling ya, Carol works too, but yeah.
Be nice to get another one done before we finish this evening.
Now that Tony's finally starting to get a handle on his gremlin problem, I've been able to put Central to good use. Got a lead on some particularly gnarly Hydra
I think this is going to be the mission then.
City, but we need to move fast if we want to intercept them in time.
Then let's get going.
My thoughts exactly. There's just one problem though. We seem to have lost our gatekeeper, Magic.
How have we lost her?
Lost?
Well, I updated her on the mission. She said something I can only assume to be a prolific swear word in Russian and disappeared. Literally. And with no magic...
There is no passage to New York. Or anywhere for that matter.
Now you see my problem.
Okay, we're going to need to find her then. But how is this my problem? That's not an answer. I will find her.
Do not worry, Captain. I will locate and
Ultron,
alert her of the team's needs.
The Witch Scarlet.
There's that
yeah, Scarlet Witch has been kidnapped currently. So we don't know. We might have to save her at some point.
Still,
Ultron was a baddie in the end,
though. Not sure
though.
how long Hydra will remain in their current position.
And I shall make haste.
So we need to go and find Magic wherever she's gone.
As much as you can, Hunter.
Okay, find Magic. Doesn't really give me much of an indication of where to go, does it? Let's have a look on the map. There's people to speak to, so we can go and find out from Nico. So there's lots of everyone to talk to. Hopefully one of them will know roughly where she is. Let's see what Danvers says.
Not much more I can tell you, Hunter. Though I did hear her mutter something about Wanda right before she poofed away. Maybe that helps.
Okay.
Thanks, Captain. I shall find her.
So we're looking for Magic. So we've got to go and speak to everyone around and see if they know where she may be. By the looks of things. Let's speak to Doctor Strange.
Doctor, have you seen Magic recently?
I'm curious why you would be asking me that. Perhaps I'm just being sensitive, but I get the feeling she doesn't like me very much. I suspect it has something to do with losing Wanda. Sorry I can't help you more.
So he thinks she blames him.
You would not perchance know where I can find Magic?
Sure. Just look all around you. The Abbey is literally littered with magic. Can't go anywhere without tripping over some hex or curse.
Right. Thank you.
Story revolves around saving her. How far are you? We're very early into the story, like an hour or two maybe, tops. So story-wise, story so far that I can grasp is Lilith, which is the hunter who we played mum, is trying to unleash a supernatural magic entity, and we've somehow been resurrected to stop her.
You look pretty fresh.
As the only person who can is the hunter. That just seems to be the only kind of story currently. But yeah, she's recently been taken whilst protecting the Sanctum. So I'm assuming there'll be a rescue mission at some point.
Do you know where Magic is? We need her.
Let me guess.
You subbed with this one too, did you?
Portal?
Thank you,
She's
Dennis.
getting a little tired of being the only person here who can do that. Can't say I blame her.
This is serious, Nico. Where is she?
Not sure. But I know she's been looking for Wanda's grimoire, so maybe check in Wanda's room?
Thanks for your help.
Okay. So she'll be beyond the barracks. Okay, so she's going to be in the barracks. Do we still need to go and speak to anyone? No, all the other people we can speak to has now disappeared. It's actually telling us to head this way. And there magic is. We found her.
Yes, hello.
I want to inspect first. What's that? Frames in the Abbey. Various frames in the Abbey can be interacted with. Paintings can be removed from frames for a small gloss cost. Paintings from the inventory can place empty frames for free. I'm not going to go around spending gloss on changing pictures over. I think that's silly. Okay, let's see what's up with magic.
This room belonged to the Scarlet Witch, did it not?
Yeah, I customised his hair and the way he looks. To be fair, I wanted to make him look a bit old,
me to do the one thing the
but more as a hunter as well.
Opening their precious portal. Well, I am in the middle of something. Come back later.
Okay. Interesting book. Put the book down. We need you. You miss Wanda, don't you? Let's go for the sentimental kind of view. We know what she's missing.
It is never easy to lose a comrade. I know this too well.
So does it not allow the integration, Dennis, or is there an issue trying to do it, or what's the problem of trying to connect them?
Wanda's first grimoire.
Is it just not working? Is it just not possible?
Agatha gave it to her when she was teaching her witchcraft, the dark arts. She was trying to help Wanda control her powers. She would never let me read it. So now I read it.
Put that cursed thing down. Find anything good? I can help you with that. If find anything good, I think is the right answer there.
I do not suppose there are any spells in there that will banish Lilith and save the world.
Hard to say. These incantations appear to have been written for Wanda alone. Maybe a world without Wanda is one we are not meant to save. I know what she's going through. To come face to face with true evil itself. To be dragged to some hell dimension so hot that your soul is scorched black. Your heart so filled with soot that it chokes out all the bright parts of you. Until you are just a dark thing of smoke and ash. I cannot let such a fate happen to her.
Sounds like she's done from experience. It may already have happened, then open the damn portal. We will save her. Obviously, we're going to save one of our own.
We will find her. I can feel it.
And just who will find her? Caretaker? The Avengers? Do not try to fool me with your false empathy.
I wouldn't say he's mid-old age. He's 3 centuries old. So he's definitely old.
Resources looking for her.
But he slept a lot of the time.
Just open the portal.
You are like an Avenger. All you do is take. You expect too much. Okay. I will open your damn portal.
That was us being nice, but it went the way anyway.
I wish someone else here
yeah, enjoying it so far.
Through space and time. Perhaps Doctor Strange should spend less time tinkering with Tony Stark in the Forge and focus more on his magic. No matter. I will be there when you are ready, free to play, and then I made new to connect PlayStation account, but it doesn't let you. Oh, okay. So magic can now be used in battles as well, so it's someone else we can now use when we go into a fight. That's the thing, we've got to talk to these people for the first time in depth to actually gain them in a fight. And that's now magic to be able to be used as well. I think that's everyone now. I think if we look at all the different characters, I think we can use all of them. Blade can be used in a fight. Strange can't, I don't believe. Just yet. Although we have used him previously. Ghost Rider. Magic we can use. So this is where they all sleep, I think, by the looks of things. Right, let's speak to Carol Danvers again.
I take it you found our gatekeeper.
And then we can head off for the mission.
Let me explain what's going on.
Get some more action
Hydra
going.
isn't preoccupied with world-ending scenarios. They spend a lot of their free time terrorizing the citizens of New York through various low-level operations. It's fairly routine stuff for heroes these days. And worst case, we'll still get some fresh intel.
Yeah, weird is it already connected. Already in use.
Why don't you check the mirror table and see what we've got on our plate?
Okay, so we can now select a mission. Hopefully we have a choice now of missions. Previously we've not had a choice, it's been one at a time. But it's one at a time again. But we do gain a gamma coil and an intel cache. So that'll be a bonus. So stop the Hydra helicopter is the mission. I think we can change who's coming with us as well. Danvers maybe has to come with us, I don't know. A Hydra helicopter is loading critical supplies down by the docks. The heroes must make sure that it never gets airborne. That's the plan. Ghost Rider earned a combat bonus and sparring with the Hunter, adding to the squad to earn a powerful boost to start the next mission. So these are all the people we can have with us. We have to take ourselves, obviously, and Captain Marvel. Now it's a case of who else. We have got Doctor Strange to take. It does say we've got a boost with Ghost Rider, so we'll take him with us for this next mission. I was hoping to take Nico, but obviously, I think we might as well take the bonus. It makes more sense, doesn't it? We'll have to look to take Nico in another mission. As I say, if you don't know who Nico is, have a look at Runaways as a series. It's a pretty good series, and it's worth a look. And that'll tell you a lot more about her.
I did the math. It would actually be faster for me to fly.
So what is stopping you?
The shockwave would shatter most of the glass in my approach path.
Ah, that is not good.
So she could fly,
Yeah,
but
try to be considerate.
she'll destroy everything in her path to do so.
Step through portal.
Okay, let's head out and try and stop this helicopter.
To the coordinates Captain Marvel identified in New York. Dr. Banner has confirmed that the gamma signatures in the area match those of Faustus's weapon. We need to recover whatever intel we can if we're going to find out exactly what's going on down there.
There we go. Let's see what this fight is like. Okay, we're going to stop the helicopter. Disable the Hydra helicopter before it can depart. Target the helicopter with attacks to disable it before time runs out. Time on machine will be amount of turns, would be my guess. So we need to attack the helicopter. Okay. Certain enemies will grant powerful cards when KO'd. Highlight an enemy with the cursor to see which card they will grant. Okay, let's have a look at what we're going to gain from some of them two over
Like
there.
Captain Marvel was right on the...
Heroes. A single world.
So we'll gain a weak point
Is never enough to satiate your
and
appetite
defensive
for
posture.
destruction. You insist on meddling further, forcing our hand yet again.
Well, that's just lovely.
Okay, we need to
Faustus
target
has a
this.
radio.
That's got
I'm
to be the
assuming whatever
focus.
Hydra is
We
attempting
need to
to
taunt,
flee with
berserk,
on that
strengthen, weak,
chopper is
stun,
our
and bind.
target. I suggest we stop it and see
Okay,
for
can't
ourselves.
bleed either. So everything we can do, we just want to do on that plane, really. Force will knock back, push the target in a direction, dealing damage if they pass through or impact other unit or object. Double distance and impact damage. We have got Lash for Ghost Rider. I'm thinking of using on him and push him into that. Let's see if it'll work. It will do some damage to the plane. It won't fully knock him out. It will damage to the plane as well, and that's kind of my thinking.
Make way for vengeance.
There we go. Bit of damage involved. Okay. Still got 2 plays to do. Chain 2. Lifesteal, give all drained soul cards +1 chain and 1 heroism cost. We have got Slash. Knockback doesn't even do anything. We could do another Lash and force him back into the plane again. Remember, we were trying to stop the plane before it goes. So we can knock him out with this move and do more damage. I say plane, I mean helicopter. So one guy's down. And now we've got a weak point. Target is an object, apply infinite vulnerable. So if we play this to there, that's now vulnerable to other attacks. That's all our moves done for this round. We could do some more attacks by utilising crates and things. If they use heroism up another minute, I kind of want to save it for the next round. Our focus is just on this though. This increased by 50%. Damage taken increases 50%. Right, let's see what the enemy does. This is why I've been focused on taking the enemy out, so we don't take much damage. So we've focused on what we need to focus on this time, the actual objective. We're not going to take damage for focusing on it.
You're wasting your energy.
He's going for the hunter.
Cannot stop me like that.
Okay, more reinforcements. Focus has got to be the helicopter, I think. There's a lot of people though quite close together here.
It is you're pursuing. The Gamma Disruptor you
Wow,
so
Ghost
narrowly
Rider took a lot of
escaped within
damage.
our last encounter.
Just seeing how low his health is.
Beginning.
Show yourself to me, Faustus. And I will
Okay,
open
what do we
more for
got?
your eyes.
Such ferocious spirit. You truly are your mother's child, Hunter.
So the knockback doesn't gonna have an effect, is it? I don't think. We have got an attack there for the Hunter on the plane. It will take a bit more out, so let's do that.
Whatever gets the job done.
No, it's all good. There's no need for a mod. It's all good. Right, I've done a bit more damage. 15 left. Right, we've got to try. We haven't got a heal card, so we can't heal anyone. Although we can recover our health with Ghost Rider, with Drained Soul. Change twice, so we can take 2 souls and restore health to Ghost Rider by doing this.
Has chosen.
He gains 16 health. That's a pretty cool move.
Centuries ago.
That is a pretty cool move. Okay, Slash. Or we haven't got any Camel Danvers in here, I must admit. Create a drop with an increased chance to KO enemies for 2 turns. Okay, so we could use that, create a drop. So I think if we knock enemies into this drop, they then take increased damage, I think is what it is. Basically spraying a hole. We need to try and knock enemies into that. When enemies knock back into the drop, they have a chance to be instantly KO'd. The instant KO chance goes up as the enemy's health is reduced. Heroes and supervillains cannot be knocked into drops. Look into your eyes. Okay, we have... I think we're going to save our heroism for the minute. There's nothing else we can do. We need one more heroism and we can do Hell Ride. That's quite cool. Let's save a heroism then. Let's see how much damage we can survive. Ghost Rider's the one I'm worried about. He's injured. Ghost Rider's injured. He was the one I was worried about. He seems to not take damage very well. Although he can restore his health easily enough. And now we're slow. And more reinforcements. We've nearly got the helicopter down, which is the focus. Injuries. Heroes can gain injuries in combat when they take damage and low health. Keep the heroes healed and protected to minimise injuries. Injuries do not have immediate effects but will have negative consequences if the hero is brought back into combat while still injured.
The last thing we need is for that pompous buffoon to win today. Stop that chopper, please.
Okay, got to stop the plane, and I think that we can use Hellride. We'll do that in a second. We've just got to stop this out of everything else. So let's do quick slash onto the helicopter and hope that's enough to take it out. Don't think it is looking at that. No, not enough to stop it. We've got another slash.
Now I teach them to fear me.
Although that's a knockback, it's not an actual one to do damage. Ah, that's not good. We needed one there to do damage, and we need damage now. Let's do a redraw on the Captain Marvel. I need to do something that deals damage. Fortify doesn't help us. Gain 1 counter, 21 block. It might help us in a minute though. Let's take away the knockback, I think. Ah, it doesn't help us. Hellride as well. We've got to hit the helicopter, haven't we? Problem is, once I do that, I don't think I've got another attack. I think we'll have to do Hellride on this. I want to make sure we take Hellride out. I think that will hit the plane. And we'll hit the 2 at the same time, I think. Yeah, let's see if I think, will that hit the plane? If it doesn't, we may have lost the mission. Let's come out of that second. Let's move Ghost Rider a bit closer. Oh, I'm in the way. That's an issue, actually. I'm the one that's in the way. I think I'm the issue, to be fair. Not an easy way of doing it from that angle, though, is there? I think we're just going to do it. Hell ride it's going to be. Don't think we take damage. We should be okay. What I will, I'm going to move a bit closer to see if we get that helps. Just want to move to that location. And then we'll do a hell ride. Don't know if that touches it or not. I don't know if it does. Just got to do it. Some of the moves are really good. There we go, we did it. It did work. It stopped the Hydra helicopter. Defeat the remaining enemies to complete the mission.
You've grounded the helicopter. Excellent. Now you'll need to clean up the rest of Hydra's forces.
So we did the main bit, what we needed to achieve. We do not have any cards. We don't. We have got one move left, and we can do something with that. So, what I am worried about Ghost Rider being taken out in the next turn, to be fair. Because these two are both aiming at him, so is this guy. We can throw the box at him. Can't explode anything though. Will that take him out? It will. So there's at least one person out to not damage Ghost Rider. I think we might lose him in a second though. It'll be the first time we lose a character in a battle, but obviously he's not high enough level, or you know, we've not really used him before. Right, let's see what happens next turn. Is the hole going to stop? It is. We didn't utilise that really as much as we probably should have done, to be fair.
I have to admire your persistence.
Okay, she's now vulnerable. That's a worry. Taking a lot more damage in this fight than we've done out of any the other ones we've done up to date so far. And that's a little bit of a worry. We just lost Ghost Rider.
Our loyal soldiers aren't the simple punching bags you've come to expect, are they? Somehow these humans, these mere mortals, dare to stand against ye fearsome gods. All is possible with Mother!
Okay, we can heal ourselves. Captain Marvel has got extremely low health, only 7. We're also low health as well, so I think we need to heal ourselves. We've got a revive card there. Oh nice, we can revive him. So this will give us the heroism to revive him, I believe. Half health. We hadn't got to the point of losing a character before, so I weren't too sure how that was going to work. And that gives us 2 revives remaining after this. Or maybe 1 after that, maybe. There's 2 revives remaining, to be fair. Right, knee strike. It's the only thing we can do. It's not going to knock him out though, is it? It will knock out that guy.
Let's do it.
We might as well use them to KO where we can.
Next time
She's gained 5 block. I'm hoping she's going to stay up. She may go down this turn. Don't think there's anything else we can really do. Hunter, we can pick this up and throw, and they'll take another out at least, and take out one of the ones going for Captain Marvel. That may help a little bit. Definitely there's a lot of tactics you got to think about and what's the best course of action for you to do. I could have done a redraw, to be fair. I just realised I had 1 card move left, so I didn't utilise it, so I could have maybe come back. I could have done something else there, which would have helped. Okay, we've got to try and heal Captain Marvel at some point. This just strengthens this guy.
For years, I was considered a
okay, offensive increase.
in the Hydra cabal. obsessed with the old ways. But then we detected the convergence of the midnight sun.
Tell me about it.
Okay, we've got whip.
Actually, please do not.
We can force him back in any direction, which will knock him out and take a lot of his health down. Let's do that. Obviously, Captain Marvel is down to be revived. Right, we've got another attack here, but he takes 17 damage if we do it. I don't know if it's worth taking the damage ourselves, to be fair. Let's take down Photon Beam. Let's take a redraw there. Okay, it's the same. Either whatever we do now, I'm about to take damage for it with Ghost Rider. The consequence of his move. That will knock each and every one of these out, to be fair. Who do we go for? Go for those two. We'll gain the block card as well, which I don't know if we can use this turn. When Ghost Rider KOs a number of enemies and fills the souls meter, he will draw a copy of Drained Souls. Increase friendship with Ghost Rider to improve this passive. Drained Souls for Ghost Rider is now there, which is where he can heal himself, I think. We haven't got enough heroism to use it. We can now use defensive posture. We haven't got enough heroism to bring back Captain Marvel. That's the only downside. Let's try take that out for a second and see what comes in. Okay, we can heal as well. I think we're just going to have to use defensive posture. We give everyone block. I think that's a good thing to do. I'll keep us safe at least for another turn. Here it can never be more block than the maximum health. Okay. We have still got one heroism to use, which we could do a kick across here, to be fair. We go to the hunter, move him to here. I think we can kick across and take him out. We move him there. It's going to cost us heroism, but it does take another soldier out and there's only one left. So far so good. So it's the first time our character's knocked out. I kind of feel we're out of that tutorial stage a little bit now, as we can actually take in a lot more damage.
They test the limits of my power.
Okay, it's not worth using that, I don't think. We've got quick slash here. Healing isn't going to... It gains us 2 actually. We can heal. Let's heal. I can take this guy out, but my concern is I want to make sure Captain Marvel's back up before we do, potentially. Does quick slash take him out? Yes, okay. So what I'm going to do is heal on Ghost Rider.
Walk in the light.
That should give us the heroism to revive Captain Marvel. And then we do a last move to knock this guy out, and that should be mission complete.
That one that hit me?
There we go.
Well done.
Job done.
Seems like that's the last of them.
Last? There are more heads to the Hydra than you will ever comprehend, heroes. This is a minor setback at most.
Well, at least we don't have to listen to you any longer today. I consider that alone a victory.
So in the previous missions, we'd focus on taking out everyone around us as quickly as we could. We focused on the objective for this mission, and the downside of that, we actually got KO'd twice.
They are now. Stay sharp.
So focus on objective works, but we then have to look at what we're sacrificing and do so. But if we focus on the objective, we should get a higher star rating. It's kind of, you've got to go decide which way you want to go.
Count on it.
That looked like Sabretooth. I don't know if Sabretooth's in this. I don't know who's in it really, other than what's on the cover of the game. But that sounded like Sabretooth. We only get 1 star, but we made it through. We only got 37 gloss because we had 2 heroes knocked out, so we lost 20 score there. We did gain an intel cache and a gamma coil though. That's more potential upgrades. As we head back to the Abbey. We are really nearly out of time for this evening. So we will do need to finish up. So depending on what happens, cutscenes and stuff now, may do upgrades or we may go do some chatting. Friendship gained with both Marvel and Ghost Rider. Mission rewards are tied to hero levels, so as the hunter gains levels in combat, the rewards offered on future missions will improve. Don't worry about leveling every hero. As the hunter's level increases, any weaker heroes will automatically level up. Okay, so we don't need to worry about leveling everyone. They automatically level up so they don't fall far behind. At higher difficulty levels, all heroes level up faster, grant access to higher rarity rewards sooner. Okay, there's a hangout in the common room. Let's speak to Magic first, as she's here. New post has been added to Superlink. Were you walking the Abbey grounds late last night? Okay. Right, let's speak to Magic and see if she's a cab to send us off.
Feeling a chill, Magic?
You could say that. I've been staring at the night sky, trying to figure it out.
Figure what out?
You're observant, Hunter. You tell me.
Thinking about Wanda. I'm not though. I'm not in the mood for riddles.
You were trying to figure out how to bring Wanda back.
Close, Hunter. But no. Something much more sinister has grabbed my attention.
Sinister?
When I was holding the trans-dimensional door for you back there, I sensed something was at the docks with you. Something dark and familiar.
What did you see, Ileana?
I did not see. I said, I sensed something there. But that's not the only thing I sensed today.
Oh?
Something has shifted in Limbo, but I cannot quite put my finger on it. All I know is that whatever is happening is also strangely familiar to me. And when all you knew was darkness and despair growing up, that warm, fuzzy feeling of familiarity is not just a warning sign, but an alarm bell.
Okay, should we warn the others? Is Limbo still safe?
Do you think Limbo is still safe to travel in?
Safe? Hunter, you are the sweetest, most naive demon I have ever met. Limbo has never been safe.
Well, as safe as it could be.
It's just no one there would dare assault one of my portals. My presence protects you. All of you. I'd like to be left to my thoughts now, Hunter. I still have a lot of thinking to do, while I try to make sense of what I felt at the docks and the energetic shifts that ripple through Limbo. I will let you know if I do.
Okay. We did gain one light balance for that. But we are out of time this evening, I'm afraid. I say this. We're now back in our room. So we've got to join a hangout in the common room, but we'll leave that for tomorrow, as we are out of time for this evening. But we've gained access to a few of these now. They're all level 3, so people level up with us. If we get too far ahead of people, they will automatically level up to join us, which is something I wasn't aware of, to be fair. But we've unlocked Ghost Rider now. We can use him in battle, but he's currently got a mild injury. And Captain Marvel's also got a mild injury, and he's got 3 days to recover. She gained a more serious injury than Reyes did. And we can take Nico and Magic into battle as well. So that's something we'll look at in more of our missions. That is us for tonight, I'm afraid. Let's, where's my manual save? Yeah. So because we've changed things around for the rest of this week, we will be back tomorrow morning with more Marvel Midnight Suns. I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are as well. Yes, the story slows the pace down a bit. The battles can be quite interesting and tactical. But there is a lot of talking involved. But I don't have an issue with that. I hope you guys don't as well. I just like to get to know all these different characters that you may not know a lot about, like Magic and like people like that. So I do think that makes a big difference if you know the backstories to a lot of these characters. And if we're learning it in-game, that does help. But that is us for tonight. As I say, we're back tomorrow morning with Marvel Midnight Suns. And no evening stream tomorrow evening now. But check out the community post that says what we're doing for the rest of the week. As always, thank you all for watching. Thank you for the likes, the comments, the views, and the conversation. And hopefully we'll see some of you tomorrow morning for more Marvel Midnight Suns. Enjoy the rest of your morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, and we'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.